Are you ready to unwind with story time? Let's begin. In a special place where the ocean meets the land, there lived a little rock. This rock sat right at the edge of the sea, where waves would splash and spray all day long. It wasn't the biggest rock on the beach, or the smoothest, or even the most colorful. It was just itself, a little gray rock. A little smaller than the others, but with tiny sparkles that sometimes caught the sunlight. Each morning the tide would come in, bringing with it all sorts of ocean creatures. Big waves would rush past, their foam-tipped edges racing towards the shore. Dolphins would leap and play in the distance, and seabirds would soar overhead, calling to each other with loud, excited voices. Sometimes the little rock felt very small. The waves were so big and loud, rushing past without even seeming to notice it was there at all. The seabirds would glide right over, too busy to stop and say hello. Even the playful fish swimming by rarely paused to chat. "I wish I was important," whispered the little rock to itself one quiet evening, as the sun painted the sky in soft pinks and oranges. Maybe if I were taller, like the cliffs, or more interesting, like the coral reefs, someone would notice me. That night, as the moon rose high in the sky and cast its silver light across the water, something unexpected happened. A tiny little sea turtle, no bigger than a seashell, came slowly paddling up to the little rock. "Excuse me," said the turtle in a shy voice. "Would it be okay if I rest here for a while? I've been swimming for so long, and your shape is just perfect for me to take a break on." The little rock felt a warm glow inside. "Of course," it said. The turtle was very grateful and settled in comfortably. The next day, the little rock began to notice things it hadn't seen before. It noticed how the tiny hermit crabs would rest in its gentle shadow during the hot afternoon sun. It noticed how sea anemones had made their home in its small crevices, creating a beautiful garden of purple and pink. It noticed how even the biggest waves crashed against it. It stayed strong and steady. One by one, more creatures began to discover the little rock. A family of starfish found that its surface was perfect for catching the morning sun. A group of tiny fish discovered that swimming around its base was like having their very own playground. Even an old, wise octopus would sometimes visit, wrapping his tentacles gently around the rock as he rested and watched the sunset. The little rock realized something wonderful. It didn't need the rushing waves or the busy birds to notice it. It was special just by being itself. Every bump and groove that it once thought made it ordinary were actually perfect for helping its new friends. "I am strong and I am unique," thought the little rock, "and I am here for those that need me, and that is enough." Day after day, the little rock stood proud. When the waves crashed, it remained steady. When the storms came, it held firm. During sunny days, it provided shade, and during cold nights, it kept its warmth as long as it could to comfort the creatures who called it home. And though the big waves still rushed by, and the seabirds still soared overhead, the little rock no longer felt small, because it knew that being itself, steady, strong, and true, was the most important thing of all. Sometimes, on quiet evenings, when the sun painted the sky, the little rock would feel the gentle touch of the water around it. the soft movement of the creatures who had made it their home, and the steady rhythm of the ocean's breath. In these moments, it would think to itself, I am exactly who I'm meant to be, and that makes me special. As seasons passed, the little rock became known throughout the tide pools as a place of peace and safety. Young sea creatures would ask their parents to visit the friendly little rock by the sea. The older ones would speak fondly of the quiet strength it shared with everyone who came to rest there. And do you know what? The little rock was absolutely right all along. Sometimes the biggest gifts we have to share come not from being the biggest, the loudest, or the most noticeable, but from simply being who we are, steady and true, and helping others in our own special way. The end.